the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. We are diving right into this evening as people across the DMV prepare for the first winter storm of the season. Taking a live look outside, things are moving slowly this evening ahead of the start of the storm, but the sleet and ice on their way, and road preps are ongoing to improve tomorrow's icy commute for some of you. And we'll be up on the air at 4:30 tomorrow morning to help you get out the door, and we'll extend our coverage through the morning. Well, tonight's team coverage starts with our weather team. Meteorologist Scott Sumner is standing by. We begin with meteorologist Damon Matson. Damon.
Yeah, exactly, Mark. This storm, it's been rolling toward us all day long here. Things have continued to stay quiet, but now we are right before this storm is about to arrive with that wintry mix that's going to create a lot of problems. Look at that precipitation again. It has been just over the other side of the mountains all day long, with rain falling across the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys, while we've stayed pretty much on the overcast side of things. But a wider view continues to show the impact of this storm. The snow continuing across the upper Midwest, and a severe outbreak continues to go on down across the Gulf Coast here, with this storm system impacting the entire country. And we're going to see the impact from that now tonight going into tomorrow. The advisories and warnings have not changed much. We are still talking about ice warnings back across western Maryland into West Virginia and along that I-81 corridor down into parts of Virginia, Winchester, Martinsburg, Cumberland, all within that ice storm warning. And this is where we are most likely to see significant ice totals that could completely shut down roadways and cause damage to trees and power lines. Now back off to the east, we have a winter weather advisory because we will at least have a short time window tomorrow morning where freezing rain does fall before we switch over to just plain rain. And with that being the case, we could even have some slick conditions out there across DC and the I-95 corridor. Check it out. We're going to stay quiet as we go through the night tonight. But look at this. Shortly after midnight, things start to deteriorate pretty quickly. We're talking about that freezing rain reaching over toward the I-95 corridor and DC Metro. It's going to be mixed in with some colder rainfall, so it's not going to be a prolonged event around DC and points east as we transition to just plain rain by the late morning hours. But look off to the north and west. This freezing rain does not let up much as we move along, and we're talking about a prolonged freezing rain event here. And that being the case, we're going to see that ice accumulation pick up and really cause some major problems again along that I-81 corridor and back off to the west as we go through the whole day before things start to wind down by about 9 to 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So with that being the case, let's bring in Scott here. Now, Scott, with this system and this prolonged freezing rain, what are we talking about when it comes to those ice totals out there?
That's right, Damon. I'll tell you what, you showed a breakdown of an hour-by-hour forecast there with our future tracker. Now I'll give you some specific numbers to go along with that future tracker. We'll start off first off with regards after we show you that the future tracker gives us some clearer skies. First of all, winter threats. And obviously freezing rain is going to be the #1 priority throughout the entire DMV, from the coastline right to the mountains, at least initially, before the coast and DC and points around I-95 start to switch over to more of a rainy situation. However, sleet and even some snow will be mixed in and continue along with those icy conditions out towards I-81 and the mountains. So even broken down a little bit further, let's take a look at what we have with regards to some ice totals potentially here across the region. We're looking at anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up to about 1/2 an inch worth of ice on, like Damon said, power lines as well as trees, which would take down quite a few limbs out there. And of course, driving would, if you really could avoid it at all costs, would be good for you, especially out towards I-81, the Shenandoah Valley, parts of the Cumberland Valley, and extended further out towards the Allegheny front. Now, let's take a look at some rain totals, because not everybody is going to be staying as an icy condition. And here are some rain numbers for you, and you'll notice here, right along I-95 and along the southern Maryland coastline, those are where you see the heaviest amounts of rain. It does extend a little farther west and I-95, but overall, you can see that the heavier rain bands are hovering in an area where obviously the rain will hold on to the area the longest, and lesser amounts of true rain out towards the mountains. Now, again, this is a situation, it's a 24-hour window here because we will eventually start to see some clearing, but on the backside of it, we could have a little bit of additional snow here, and that is a trace to 2 inches. I always look and tell folks, look at the trace number as well as the high number, because not everybody would see 2 inches. But maybe some of the higher elevations above 3,000 feet could get up there. And again, that would be on the backside of the system as it continues to pull away through Pennsylvania, and we start to see a little improvement across the region. So that's a breakdown here of rain totals, snow totals, and icy conditions and total ice possibilities. Of course, Damon will be back very shortly with more information and a full 7-day forecast. Obviously, you want to take a look not only online, but on air, but also online as well. So download the weather app there. Download it. It's both for the Apple and Google Play, the Android and the iPhones as well. Just download that, and you get all the information possible in the palm of your hand.
Big thanks to Scott and Damon as preparation is underway. DC News Now's Lex Juarez breaks down what goes into making the roads safer ahead of the storm.
Well, crews have been out all night in Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. salting and priming, pre-treating those roads before the winter weather gets here late tonight and into tomorrow morning. This is one of the largest salt depositories in the state of Virginia. Trucks have been coming in and out all morning to replenish their supplies and head back out on the roads. Now, in Northern Virginia, VDOT was able to treat and pre-treat most of the roadways that they needed to do overnight last night, and throughout the day today they will be pre-treating the roads in the Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania areas. And in DC, the Department of Transportation is mostly pre-treating the roads that are on the U.S. highway systems as well as bridges, those that are prone to be icing first. Now, the department actually added 40 more biodiesel trucks and more electric trucks to their fleet across the DMV. They have been preparing for the winter season since last year's season ended. All of them have replenished salt and brine supplies. There are hundreds of thousands of tons of salt and brine ready to go for this winter season. They also say that it's important, though, that drivers remember the role that they play in keeping the roads safe.
It becomes a lot more dangerous. There's no strategy to driving on ice. If you can telework, great. The more room that crews have on the roads to be able to treat the roads, we're better off.
Now, with keeping road safety in mind, if you are having to drive on the road, it is important that you keep in mind if you see any of those salt trucks or plows out on the roadway, make sure you're getting out of the way so that they can do their jobs in getting the roads cleared. If you're inside of DC, make sure that you're not parking in any of those snow emergency routes. And if you do park in a residential area, make sure that your car is as close to the curb as you can get it. In Virginia, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Thank you, Lex. Well, as the first winter weather of the season quickly approaches, DMV drivers, you'll probably still have the I-95 shutdown still looming in the back of your mind. So what's changed? And has VDOT learned anything since that over 24-hour shutdown? Well, DC News Now's Katie Ree spoke to VDOT and the Virginia Senator Tim Kaine, who was also stuck out on 95.
Drivers, you're being warned to stay off the roads, and that's directly from VDOT. But that wasn't the message the agency was sending earlier this year. And Senator Tim Kaine, who was stuck in sub-freezing temperatures out there on 95, hopes there won't be a repeat of what happened in January.
About 8 hours into this 27-hour experience, for 8 hours, it was an extremely frustrating commuter experience. And I was like, curses, when am I going to move? And then after about 8 hours, I realized this isn't a commute. This is a survival experience.
Just 11 months ago, ice and snow shut down Interstate 95 in Fredericksburg, Virginia, leaving some drivers stranded for 27 hours. Many without emergency supplies like food, water, and blankets. Some ran out of gas. Virginia Senator Tim Kaine was one of those stuck out there on the interstate.
Then my mind changed from being a frustrated commuter to like, okay, I'm a problem solver now. Like, I got 2 blankets, I got a coat, I got a certain amount of gas, I got a cell phone. What do I do to get through this?
Now, as the first winter weather event heads towards the DMV, he hopes VDOT has learned their lesson.
I hope VDOT has learned some things from this, and they just give clear guidance. Do not get on the road. When I got on the road that day, that was not the guidance. A lot of people like me, if you've got work to do and you see a sign that says snow, proceed with caution, that's a green light, not a red light. So give them a red light if the weather's going to be bad.
VDOT has already deployed crews to pre-treat roads and says they've learned lessons from January's storm.
We have trained better and are focused on the forecast, and we're ready to go. We have all of our trucks signed up. So really the missing piece of the equation here is drivers and drivers' participation in our efforts. So we ask drivers to really pay attention to the forecast, continue to monitor, because things can get worse or things can improve very quickly.
VDOT and other agencies, they're asking drivers like you to stay off the roads as early as tonight if you can. But if you do need to travel, make sure your car has a full tank of gas. You have emergency supplies like food, water, and blankets. And also make sure you're giving enough room to those emergency crews who are out there treating the roads. For DC News Now, I'm Katie Ree.
Katie, thank you. And we're going to continue our coverage throughout the night right here on DC News Now. New details tonight to a story out of Maryland that we brought you last week. A 16-year-old has been charged in connection to a shooting outside of Suitland High School. He turned himself in yesterday. Prince George's police say he's going to be charged as an adult. He's facing attempted first-degree murder and first-degree assault. Investigators say that the victim, another student, is still in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Well, we're preparing for the first true winter storm of the season, and it's mostly going to be an ice event. We're breaking down the timing and the potential impacts from this system coming up after the break. And of course, when we're not on the air, you can always keep up with the latest weather information by downloading the DC Weather Now weather app. Be sure to download that. It's available on the Apple and Android stores.